Hey, what's up everybody? I just wanted to do a quick little unboxing video, I guess, and show you what I was up to today. I'm getting ready to go on a cruise. It's going to be coming up pretty soon, so I've been at the camera store looking for travel gear, such as, like hard cases and so forth. I was looking at the Pelican and the Think Tank, and I'm now become one of these huge Zeiss fans. So today we grabbed the Makro Planar f2 100mm macro lens. They absolutely claim that it's the best macro lens that money can buy right now on the market for the 35mm format. I did some looking around and I made some checks on the reviews of it, and also looked at the DxO Mark status, and it ranks very high. It's right up there with some of the more expensive lenses. Basically, this is Zeiss's third most expensive, other than the 55 Otis, I believe, and the 85 Otis. This one would be the third most expensive in the Canon lineup. I could be wrong, but as it sits right now, that's where it comes in at. And just from looking at the prices of the lenses online and just kind of looking around. So what I've got sitting over here, when I open this box up, I broke out my, it's a Tamron 24-70 2.8, just to kind of distinguish size on the lens. Alright, so what we got here, and every Zeiss lens comes with one of these. This is a signed certificate card that the lens has been checked out, and that the lens is in great shape, and that it's been tested and it has passed its tests. Then we get a warranty card, and then you get two of these instruction manuals, 1 and 2. Packaging is nice. It's nice and snug. Obviously, I was able to pull that out. Let's put it there. Now, Zeiss, they really don't know what plastic is. There's only 2 pieces of plastic in the construction of these lenses in their entirety. Even the hoods are made out of metal. These things are built like brick shit house, for a better lack of the word. There's the lens. Let me put this stuff back in the box. Never get rid of your box, guys. Keep all the boxing and everything that the lens came with. And then when it's time to either trade it in or sell it, it's worth more money. So you want to keep all your original packaging as pristine and as clean as you possibly can. So it's heavy. That's the first thing I could say about it, because it's really heavy. There's some weight here. Now, it's important, too, for me to tell you that I do have a Canon L 100-2.8 Macro IS. That's one of Canon's more sharper, stellar lenses. Now, in utter sharpness, this macro lens, and my dogs are going to bark, this macro lens blows the Canon away in sharpness. Now, with that being said, there's one important fact that we should know about this, and let me see if I can find it on here. Yeah, right there. This is only a 1:2 macro lens, so it's not true 1:1. The Canon is 1:1. This is more than adequate, though, for macro work. Yeah, let's take a peek-see here. Big drawback, though, on the Canon is that's a 2.8, where this macro lens, it's an f2. Look at that. No matter how many times I see that, it reminds me a lot of my 85-1 too. It's just huge. Now, if I can complain about one thing on these Ziess lenses, it's this. The lens cap sucks. It's absolutely terrible. It's flimsy. I don't know if you can see it, but it's shit. I don't like them. And there's the 100. That's the Tamron 24-70. So it's kind of beefy. It's nowhere near, though, the girth. I also think, too, that I should let people know that this lens is not weather sealed. The Canon's weather sealed. There's no IS in this lens. There's also no autofocus in this lens. So basically what you get is you get a chunk of glass with a fast aperture that's going to produce unbelievable out of focus bits if you use this for a portraiture lens, which is probably what I'm going to do with it, along with some macro work. It does a phenomenal job with that. So at the 100mm mark at f2, it's going to be very close, I think, to the compression of, say, like a 135 f2. Obviously, you're going to get more squish in the 135, but this, I think, is going to be pretty close. The other things I could tell you about it is that it's heavier than the Canon. This is full metal construction. Canon's made out of plastic. What I did want to let people know is that the word planar means flat focus field, or a meaning that that the front elements and so forth on these lenses are true flat focused field. Unlike some of the other lenses out there that I believe they have some curvature in the front element and so forth, but these guys are flat, which will allow me to get very close. Now these have a T-star coating on them, which I don't know if anybody can see that color because I'm kind of in shit light, but the bouquet of the color, trying to pick it up, and this glass is stunning. It's just amazing. And just because it's a manual focus lens doesn't make it a completely dead lens. If you look on the back, let's see if I can get this in focus for you. I'm looking at my cell phone at the same time I'm doing this. There's contacts. And those contacts transmit exit data. They transmit for your aperture. And you can still control all that via the camera. So there's no aperture ring on these like there is on the ZF2s. What that basically means is that you're still able to control the lens from the camera, even though there's no autofocus motor. Now on a full frame camera, this thing is just going to be a beast. And I have my 5D Mark III sitting here that I'm going to put the lens on and take some test shots with in a couple minutes to see what it looks like. Now I've played with the lens already a little bit at the camera shop and got some amazing shots out of it just inside a store with some really crappy lighting. I think what I'm going to attempt to do is take this thing outside today and chase something, you know, some cars around or something like that, and see what I can pull color-wise, because I have a beautiful black car outside that I'm going to take some pictures of, and I'll post them down below in the comments section so you can see what it looks like. But that's basically all I can really say about it. The focus is just ridiculously smooth. there is a bit of a focus extension on this to be expected. And what I'm going to do is I have a 50 millimeter. Yeah. This is the 50 millimeter f2. This has a 305-degree focus travel, which is just insane. And you can see the size difference. This bad boy's 350 degrees of travel. So these are not lenses that you're going to be doing any kind of fast action with. These are basically just portrait lenses, or macro lenses. Now, I have shot some portraits with this 50 millimeter, and they were just unbelievable. The other thing I have to give to Ziess is that when you put these lens hoods on and off, see if I can, you got to push down first, and then now listen to this. That click, it ain't going nowhere. And look at how, I don't know if you can see how tight them lens hoods store. I ain't getting nothing in between there. They store so tight. It's not even funny. Very, very less chance of anything getting around in there and causing any kind of problems when you pack them into your camera bag. But you can see how nice the legend is on the lens. I got to realize everything I'm doing here is backwards. You got your feet in red, and your meters are in white. Your depth of field legend, everything is just marked beautifully on these. And when you're going to line these up, these are kind of, it is kind of weird, because one other thing I didn't like is, yes, there's a red dot where the lineup is, but it would make more sense to me if they would have put the lineup mark up top here on the lens, so that when you're looking down to mount it, you can see where you're at. That's the only other thing I don't really like. And on the top of this, they give you a white dot here, but why the hell do they mark it with a black dot here? I don't even know if you can see it. The light's kind of... The light up here is shit. I'll just be honest. But take my word for it. There's a fine little dark black small little dot right here at the tip of my thumb is at to line this up. So I think those two things could be done a little better. And again, when these click, it locks in. And it's just amazing how tight of a fit you get. So there it is. That's 3 of these bad boys this month, 2 this week of the new Ziess class. So I guess I'm 2 more lenses away from having the collection that I want, which one's supposed to be delivered soon, and the other one's probably going to be like the 18mm Distagon. And then after that, we'll have the 18 3.5, the 35 f2, the 50mm f2, then I have an 85 f1.4, the 100mm f2, and then I got a 135 f2. But these are 2 macro lenses. And again, you can see the size comparison between them and the 24-70. So it's quite a bit of size difference. Now these Ziess lenses are very compact. until you open them up and you're looking for that focus. But that's it in a nutshell. If you guys have any other questions or any kind of just wondering about how they work or whatnot, I'm going to post a couple pictures out of this lens and out of this lens underneath the comment section of the Facebook post that I'm going to do on this. I think I'm also going to put this up on YouTube because I was doing some research on this lens, and particularly this lens, and I have found nothing on these Ziess lenses. I know the market's a little tough because they're full manual lenses, but you would think because of the way the optics are that more people would own them. I guess the price is a little bit more, makes it standoffish. I mean, this particular lens was $1,900, and there's no autofocus, there's no nothing, no IS, no weather sealing. So unless you're a professional photographer that's doing either macro work or fine art macro work or some portraiture work or studio work, I guess your normal photographer or consumer is not interested in buying these. So I guess that could be the drawback. But I find them to be worth every bit of the money. For instance, I have an 85 1.2L, and I put the new Ziess 84, or I'm sorry, the 85 1.4 up against it, and the Ziess lens pretty much just beat the Canon 85mm all across the board. These lenses are known for their high contrast, their high color. They're just overall more, I think they're superior over the Canon L glass, that's for sure. But I appreciate you guys watching, and again, if you have any questions, feel free. I'll try and help you out. I live by the motto when I first started in photography that I wish more people were nice enough to me to kind of help me when I was getting started. So I'm going to try and implement what I was hoping for. This way I could try and help some other people out. Because when you first get started doing this, it's difficult, You kind of wish that more people would help you, and I don't know what the stigma is about